If I told you there is a hidden $1 trillion secret sitting quietly inside the global life insurance industry, a secret so huge that it shapes the world economy, it quietly enriches insurance giants and impacts almost every family on the planet, while remaining completely invisible to the average person, would you believe me? Because today, we are exposing one of the most profitable, most misunderstood, and most deliberately engineered financial systems ever created. Life insurance looks simple from the outside. You pay a monthly premium. And if something happens to you, your family receives a payout. But behind that simple promise lies an astonishing financial machine built on mathematics, psychology, investment science, and decades of legal structures designed to protect one side far more than the other. And the part no one tells you is this: insurance companies, become wealthy from your premiums. They become wealthy from investing those premiums long before you ever need them. Every month, billions flow in from policyholders around the world. And insurance companies funnel that money into bonds, real estate, corporate debt, infrastructure projects, and long-term investments that produce extraordinary returns. While you're paying $30 or $60 or $100 a month, they're multiplying that money into millions, sometimes billions, using the power of compounding on a scale that ordinary people never get access to. But the real secret, the one that even many agents don't fully understand, is that globally, over $1 trillion in life insurance payouts go unclaimed. Yes, unclaimed. Most consumers assume that if they die, the insurance company will automatically contact their family. But that is not how the industry works at all. Insurance companies do not track down your beneficiaries. They sit quietly and wait. If no one files a claim, the company keeps the money forever. Your spouse, your children, your parents could be legally entitled to hundreds of thousands of dollars, but if they don't know the policy exists, the payout is never triggered. And this isn't rare. It's shockingly common. Millions of families around the world are completely unaware that their loved ones had coverage, especially if the policy was purchased decades earlier. Many governments have found billions sitting in insurance company accounts, untouched, unclaimed, accumulating interest for the insurer. And while regulators have started pushing back, the loophole is still massive and still extremely profitable. But that is only one side of the trillion-dollar secret. The other side is what almost every policyholder misses. Most life insurance policies are structurally designed in ways that favor the insurance company far more than the customer. Take term insurance, the most common type. A 20-year or 30-year term policy seems like a responsible decision. But statistically, most people outlive their term. That means the insurer collects premium payments for decades and pays out nothing. Term insurance is one of the most brilliant financial inventions ever created, not because it protects families, but because the majority of policies expire worthless, generating pure profit. And then there are whole life, universal life, and cash value policies, which are marketed as savings tools, but have built-in features that ensure insurance companies make far more than you do. When you pay into a cash value policy, the insurer invests your money at institutional rates far higher than anything in ordinary. Consumer can access but credits your account with significantly smaller returns. The difference between what they earn and what they give you becomes long-term profit for them. Over decades, across millions of policies, this spreads into hundreds of billions of dollars. And the average person has no idea it's happening. But one of the most powerful elements in the entire system is psychological. Insurance companies don't sell policies, they sell peace of mind. They sell relief from fear. Fear of uncertainty, fear of accidents, fear of medical emergencies, fear of leaving your family unprotected. This emotional pressure pushes people to buy policies they don't always understand, filled with clauses they never read, written in language that seems intentionally confusing. And because most people deeply trust the idea of insurance, they rarely question it. The paperwork is complicated, the terms are technical, and the assumptions feel safe. So consumers simply keep paying year after year, decade after decade, without digging deeper. Meanwhile, insurance companies operate with precision and confidence. They use actuarial science, hyper-advanced mathematical models to predict risk down to the decimal. They know how many people will die each year, how many will cancel their policies, how many will miss payments, and how many will live past the expiration date. Nothing in this industry is accidental. Every price, every clause, every contract term is the product of decades of data and meticulous financial engineering. The customer walks in with emotion. The company walks in with mathematics. That imbalance forms the foundation of this trillion-dollar advantage. And this system works the same worldwide. The United States, Europe, Japan, South Korea, Australia, the structure is identical. Insurers collect enormous amounts of money, invest at massive scale, pay out only a portion, and quietly retain billions in unclaimed benefits. In Japan, the life insurance industry is larger than some national economies. In South Korea, young adults buy more insurance than Americans twice their age. In Europe, massive reserves sit in long-term investment structures. Everywhere you look, the same pattern repeats. The real money doesn't come from premiums, It comes from investments and unpaid claims. But here's the part that affects you directly. There is one simple action that can protect your family from becoming part of this trillion-dollar loss. Make sure your loved ones know exactly what policies you own, where the documents are, and how to file a claim. It sounds obvious, but millions of families never do this, and the consequences are enormous. Your family cannot claim what they cannot find. In addition, choose policies only when you understand every detail. Don't buy out of fear. And don't assume insurance companies will look out for you. They won't. They look out for themselves. But as the world becomes more digital, things are beginning to change. Some countries are developing national databases where families can search for unclaimed policies. Digital-first insurers are bringing transparency the traditional industry never wanted. Younger generations are starting to question outdated policies. And global awareness is finally increasing. But until a complete transformation happens, the life insurance industry will remain one of the most powerful profit machines in modern finance, quiet, complex, and almost invisible to the average person. And now that you understand how this trillion-dollar system truly works, you can protect yourself, your family, and your financial future with far more clarity and confidence. If you want to continue learning the hidden truths behind global finance, stay tuned to Global Wealth Lens, because knowledge isn't just power, it's protection.